Imagine driving down the highway and suddenly metal fragments start raining down on your car. Sounds like something out of a movie, right? But for a California Highway Patrol, CHP detail protecting Vice President JD Vance, this nightmare scenario became a reality. During a U.S. military live-fire demonstration over Interstate 5, shrapnel actually fell onto a CHP vehicle. According to agency officials, this wasn't just a stray piece of debris. The shrapnel came from an explosive ordnance that detonated prematurely above the busy freeway. The CHP reported that the explosion damaged a patrol vehicle and even struck a CHP motorcycle escorting the VP. The incident occurred as officers were preparing to shut down traffic along I-5 in northern San Diego County, which runs directly through Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton. The closure was ordered specifically for the live fire exercise, part of a Marine Corps 250th anniversary celebration featuring Vance. The shrapnel that hit the CHP patrol vehicle was roughly 2 inches by 2.5 inches, leaving a noticeable dent and scratch on the hood. Thankfully, no one was inside the vehicle at the time. Smaller pieces of shrapnel also hit a CHP motorcycle. The officer reported hearing what sounded like pebbles falling around him, and a metal fragment about 1 inch long and 1/2 inch wide was discovered nearby. Luckily, the motorcycle wasn't damaged, and no injuries were reported. Immediately after the incident, the CHP contacted the Marines, who promptly canceled firing additional live ordnance over the freeway and swept the area for further evaluation. But here's where it gets controversial. California Governor Gavin Newsom didn't mince words, calling the live ammunition event over one of California's busiest freeways reckless. He pointed out that the closed section of I-5 is the only route connecting coastal Orange County to the beach cities of northern San Diego County, effectively cutting off a vital transportation artery. Newsom expressed his frustration in a statement on X, formerly Twitter, saying, "We love our Marines and owe a debt of gratitude to Camp Pendleton. But next time, the Vice President and the White House shouldn't be so reckless with people's lives for their vanity projects." Ouch. The timeline of events leading up to the incident is also raising eyebrows. The artillery fire was scheduled for 1:46 p.m., about half an hour after the CHP began closing a 17-mile stretch of I-5 around 1 p.m. The exercise was expected to last only 5 minutes, with around 60 rounds being fired. According to the CHP report, the artillery rounds were launched from White's Beach, aimed northward. The report stated that one round failed to clear the roadway and detonated mid-flight near Interstate 5 southbound. The exercise was immediately terminated after the failed round. Newsom had previously criticized the White House for allegedly failing to coordinate or share safety information before the event. Administration officials, on the other hand, had insisted the event was safe and a freeway closure was unnecessary. And this is the part most people miss. Newsom's office said they were initially told no live fire would occur over the freeway. However, just a day before the event, military organizers requested a sign from the California Department of Transportation reading, "Overhead Fire in Progress." On the morning of the event, the state was informed that live rounds would be fired over the freeway around 1:30 p.m., prompting the CHP to urge a freeway closure due to safety concerns and potential driver distraction. CHP Border Division Chief Tony Coronado stated, "This was an unusual and concerning situation." He further emphasized, "It is highly uncommon for any live fire or explosive training activity." Should live fire exercises ever be conducted over active freeways regardless of precautions? And who ultimately bears the responsibility for ensuring public safety in such situations? What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this was a reasonable risk given the circumstances, or should live fire exercises be restricted to areas where there is no chance of shrapnel landing on a highway?